Hello everyone, welcome to our biology classes. Here is Radha, and in this session we are going to discuss about the topic differences between the prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. So here I just consider the animal cell and then a bacterial cell as the examples of eukaryotic and eukaryotic cells and prokaryotic cells. So this is the animal cell and this is the bacterial cell. Animal cell is the eukaryotic cell and bacterial cell is the prokaryotic cells. So in the last video, I just told about the basic information or basic definition for the eukaryotic cells and prokaryotic cells. So what are prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells? So what is the difference, we will see in this session. Okay. So as I told, eukaryotic cells are the type of cells, right? So they have the nucleus and prominent nuclear membrane. Prominent nuclear membrane, and also membrane bound cell organelles are also present in the eukaryotic cells and membrane bound cell organelles. Right. So in case of prokaryotic cells, these nuclear membrane and membrane bound cell organelles are completely absent. So this is the major difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Okay, now we will see the nuclear cell membrane bound cell organelles I told. So which are those membrane bound cell organelles? So membrane bound cell organelles are like mitochondria, lysosomes, right, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus or Golgi bodies. These are the etc. and these are the membrane bound cell organelles are present in eukaryotic cells. Where in case of prokaryotic cells, these mitochondria, lysosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies, such type of cell organelles are completely absent. Clear? So this is the basic or major difference between the prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. So now let us see the further differences between these two types of cells. So here we can observe the outer covering of the cell. So both type of cells shows the outer covering of cells. So in case of animal cell, the outer covering can be called as cell membrane. Okay. In case of prokaryotics or bacterial cell, the outer covering of the cell can be called as cell wall. Here, animal cell is covered by the cell membrane, but in plant cells, the outer covering of the cell is cell wall. Animal cells only covered by the cell membrane, where in case of plant cells, they shows both cell membrane and cell wall. And cell membrane. And in case of fungi also, fungi cells are also covered by the cell wall membrane. Okay. And next we will see the inside DNA paths. Okay. So in eukaryotic cells, the region where we can observe the DNA, that region can be called as nucleus. DNA present region can be called nucleus. Here also we can observe the DNA, but that is called as plasmid DNA. So where the plasmid DNA is present, that particular region can be called as nucleoid. So plasmid DNA present region can be called nucleoid. Okay, so this is also one difference between those cells. And also here the DNA can be the DNA present in the nucleoplasm. But in case of prokaryotic cells, the plasmid DNA present in. So the plasmid DNA present in where? So the plasmid DNA present in the cytoplasm. So cytoplasm, because there is no presence of nucleus. So due to the absence of nucleus, there is no presence of nucleoplasm. In eukaryotic cells, nucleus is present. That's why we can find nucleoplasm. And also we can see the further differences on the basis of genetic material only. We'll see the further differences. So in the eukaryotic cells, all the genetic mechanisms, mechanisms or any genetic processes, genetic mechanisms occurs in nucleoplasm. Where in case of prokaryotic cells, all the genetic mechanisms or any genetic processes occurs in the cytoplasm. Genetic processes or occurs in the cytoplasm. Clear? So this is also a difference. And also we can observe the number of chromosomes in the eukaryotes. So large number of chromosomes are present in eukaryotes. Where in case of prokaryotes, we can observe only single chromosome. Okay, next is here the eukaryotic cells measures about 10 micrometers to 100 micrometers in diameter. Where in case of prokaryotic cells, all the prokaryotic cells measures from 0.1 micrometers to 5 micrometers in diameter. So by comparing these, eukaryotic cells are quite larger than compared to prokaryotic cells. And also if we consider, and we can also observe the presence of capsule in the prokaryotic cells. So here we can observe absence of capsule, right? And ribosomes are also present in both the type of common cell organelles or any cell parts present in both the cells are cytoplasm, ribosomes, and one more is chromosomes. These are the common cell parts present in both type of cells. Okay. Here also all these cell organelles are present. And next one is in case of eukaryotic cells, there is no presence of whip-like structure or flagella. So flagella is absent. Flagella present. Right. And also hair-like structures, they are called pilli. Pilli are absent in case of eukaryotic cells. Where in case of prokaryotes, hair-like structures, they are called pilli or present. Final point is, here we can observe that so almost all eukaryotic cells are microscopic in nature. So sorry, macroscopic in nature. All the prokaryotic cells are microscopic in nature. If we consider the eukaryotic organisms, all eukaryotic organisms are multicellular and macroscopic in nature. Where in case of prokaryotic cells, prokaryotic organisms like bacteria, archaea and all, they are unicellular and microscopic in nature. That means all the eukaryotic organisms, the organisms made by eukaryotic cells are macroscopic and multicellular. Where in case of prokaryotic, all prokaryotic organisms or the organisms made by prokaryotic cells or microscopic and unicellular in nature. Understand? And now we will see further differences. So as I told in the last session or in the last video, eukaryotic, that means eu means true, pro means beginning or first, right? These are the cells which are existed or evolved from the prokaryotic cells. These are the first cells or first cells evolved on the earth. So we will see eukaryotic cells. These cells are evolved from pre-existed cells. Pre-existed cells, that is prokaryotic cells. And these are the first cells evolved on the earth. If we consider the examples for eukaryotic cells, so all animals, plants, fungi, protists and protists. So these are the examples for eukaryotic cells. If we consider the examples for prokaryotic cells, that is bacteria, and archaea. So this is the major differences between the eukaryotic cells and prokaryotic cells. So I hope every differences are clear. If any doubts, please ask in the comment box. And in the next session, we will discuss about the differences between animal cell and plant cell. Okay, thank you.